Let's start with the topic, that is interfacing switch and LED with 8051 microcontroller. Myself, Dr. Faiz Ahmed Kurne, Head, Department of Electronics, Abeda Inamdar Senior College, Pune 1. We'll see first what is the LED. It is light emitting diode. The LED has two terminals. One is cathode and another is anode. This anode is always connected to positive terminal of battery. That means we are giving logic 1 to the anode terminal, and cathode is always connected to negative terminal of battery. So we are giving logic 0 to the cathode of LED. When these two things are satisfied, the LED will turn on. So you can see here we are giving logic 1 to the anode of LED and logic 0 to the cathode of LED. This will turn on this LED. Now if you see here we are connecting R in series with LED. The reason is that if we connect, so what we say, never connect LED directly to the power supply, and if we do, if we connect LED directly to the power supply, it will damage the LED, it will burn. So always connect the LED in series with the resistor. That's why I have shown the diagram in the previous slide, R in series with LED. If we want good brightness, then use R between range 100 ohm to 150 ohms, and if we want medium brightness of the LED, use 330 ohm resistance in series with LED. So here I am using 330 ohm LED in series with 330 ohm resistor in series with LED, so it will show us medium brightness. Now this next concept is switch. The switch is a device which breaks the electrical circuit and stop the flow of current. This is the symbol. So if we open the LED switch, then no current flows from this point A to point B. And when the switch is closed here, so current can flow from point A to point B easily. So we can break the electrical current and stop the flow of current by opening switch, or we can continue by closing switch. This is the actual reset switch used most of the time, and we connect in this way. So here if you see, we have switch on the top that is going to VCC and R at the ground side. You can see this ground side. So whenever the switch is open, so if switch is not pressed, the output will be 0. And whenever the switch is pressed, in that case the output will be 1. So this 0 or 1 we are connecting to the 8051 microcontroller. You can see in the diagram we are using port 0.3 for LED interfacing. So if we are giving here 1, this will switch on the LED, and if we are giving 0 from this P0.3, it will turn off the LED. This cathode is going to ground, so here 0 is given permanently. Only thing that either give 1 or 0 to control this entire LED. If you see at the input side, we are connecting switch status to P1.0. So here we can give at the input side either 1 or 0. So if the switch is pressed, it will give signal 1. If the switch is not pressed, it will give signal 0. Rest the things are, as you know, this IC 8089S51 requires supply, so we are connecting to plus 5 volt and ground. This will start or this will on this IC. We are not using any outside memory, so connect EA to plus 5 volt. This part is for reset purpose. So here we can use C 10 microfarad or either 8.2 kilo ohms, or we can use 10 kilo ohm. Both will do same task. And the crystal is used here across pin called X1 and X2. Now let's see the simple working here. So in this case, when no switch is pressed, here supply goes to this pin P1.0 is 0. So this controller will check whether it is 0 or 1. If it is 0, it will give P0.3 equal to 0 and will switch off the LED. Whenever this switch is pressed, it will give signal here 1. That 1 goes to P1.0. This controller will check its status. If it is 1, it will make P0.3 equal to 1 and that will switch on the LED. This is the basic principle. Let's see the program. So you can see in program, this is the first line. So if you are using IC 8052, then write here REG 52.H, and if you are using IC 8051, then it should be REG 51.H. So here we have two differences here. Then I am defining name. So I am calling P0.3 as LED and calling P1.0 as switch. So these names are given by us. You can give any name. I am giving here two meaningful variables to P0.3 and P1.0. So P1.0 is connected to switch, so I am giving here name as a switch. P0.3 is connected to LED, so I am giving name to this pin as LED in capital. So starting of program, that is main, opening bracket, initially keep LED 0, so here LED will be off. Then I have to take input from P1.0, so configure it as the input. Therefore initially make that pin equal to 1. That will decide that P1.0 pin is always take a input. Now I am checking the switch status. If the switch equal to 1, then switch on the LED, else switch off the LED. So whenever we press switch, this P1.0 will get signal equal to 1. If it is 1, I will switch on the LED. And if no key is pressed, switch will be having signal 0 and I will keep LED off. So this is what I want this continuously, so I'll keep use while one loop. So starting of while one loop, closing and closing of main program, that's it. So here if we press the switch, P1.0 becomes 1. If P1.0 equal to 1, then switch on the LED. If no key is pressed, P1.0 becomes 0, so we will not switch on the LED, so it becomes LED equals 0. So we can control by software mean LED on or off by observing switch status. If any doubts, please feel free to contact me on the mail given below. Thank you very much.